Edward scolded the twins severely, but told Gordon it served him right. Gordon was furious. A few days later, some enthusiasts came to the railway. On their last afternoon, they went to the China Clay Works. Edward, however, found it hard to start the heavy train. "Comfortable and painful," said James. "Just pathetic," answered Gordon. "We should give it a new preservative before it's too late." "Shut up," burst out Duck. "You're all jealous. Edward's better than any of you." "You're right, Duck," said Loco. "Edward's old, but he'll surprise us all." "Off to the wharf! Off to the wharf!" Bill and Ben were delighted with their visitors. They loved being photographed in. And they took the party to the workings in a break van special. Everyone had a great time. They soon arrived back at the station where Edward was, so he could take the passengers.
On the way home, however, the weather changed. Wind and rain buffeted Edward. His sanding gear failed, his wheels slipped, and his fireman rode in front, dropping sand on the rails by hand. "Come on! Come on! Come on!" panted Edward breathlessly. "This is dreadful!" But there was worse to come. Before his driver could check them, his wheels slipped fiercely again and again. With a shrieking crack, something broke and battered his frame and splashers up and out of shape. The passengers gathered round while the crew inspected the damage. Repairs took some time. One of your crank pins broke, Edward, said his driver at last. We've taken your side rods off. Now you're a single, like an old-fashioned engine. Can you get these people home? They must start back tonight. I'll try, sir, promised Edward. So with the fireman standing carefully in front, the driver gently opened the regulator. Come on, puffed Edward. He moved cautiously forward, ready to take the strain as his tender coupling tightened against the weight of the first coach. The first coach moving helped to start the second second helped the third, and so on down the train. I've done it, puffed Edward, his wheels spinning with excitement. Steady, boy, warned his driver, skillfully checking the wheel slip. Well done, boy. You've got 'em, you've got 'em. And he listened happily to Edward's steady beat as he forged slowly but surely up the hill. The passengers were thrilled. Most had their heads out of the windows. They waved and shouted, cheering Edward on. The Fat Controller paced the platform. Henry, with the special train, waited anxiously too. They heard a beep beep. Then, battered, weary but unbeaten, Edward steamed in. The Fat Controller stepped angrily forward. He pointed to the clock, but excited passengers swept him aside. They cheered Edward, his driver and fireman to the echo before rushing off to get in Henry's train.
Edward went thankfully to the shed, while Duck and Loco saw to it. He was left in peace. Gordon and Jane remained respectfully silent. The Fat Controller asked the Loco to look after Edward's line while he was being mended. Loco was pleased with it. He worked it well. Now they run it together. Bill and Ben still teased him, but Loco doesn't mind. He lives in Edward's station, but he's welcome anywhere. He's now one of the family. Donald and Douglas are glad to accept him, but he often helps with Edward's train. And the other day, they were heard to remark, but Hazel Young, Loco, whose name is such a bad solid engine. That, from the Caledonian Twins, is a high praise to him